Welcome to Dare to Be Us. Hi, I'm Ruth, founder of The Corner Peach and the host of Dare to Be Us. Welcome back to Dare to Be Us. Today we have really good and special guests, Elaine, Lisa. They have done already 2 episodes with us. You have seen them, guys. I know that you're already like them. You know, I know that you already have seen what they have told us, what they have taught us. And well, today they're gonna be here to actually, talk a little bit about more of in depth of what they do, right? Because in the past episodes, we talk about what you guys do. How you guys went to your path towards the spiritual, right? Mm-hmm. So today, I invite them again, so we can have this special episode where we can have a little bit more juicy in exactly what your experiences. Maybe we can kind of like mix of your knowledge, and let's dive into that. Right? So again, if you guys wanna give us your socials so we can, people go and look for you, and because you are a Reiki master. Mm-hmm. No more paranormal, but you still have some readings, and you help. Do you still help people to go through? It's part of the paranormal, I guess, what you do, but you don't do that anymore, right?
Well, we're on hiatus. The group that I'm with is on hiatus because they just sold and they moved, and so it was a year of fixing up their house and stuff. So they just moved. Now they're doing the renovations on that house. So we've kind of put it aside for a little bit. Plan to go back to it, but we have put it aside for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Are you going to come back and you're going to do that again?
At some point, yes.
At some point, yes. Okay. And tell me about you and your Reiki. We were going to do the socials. So do you guys want to, let people know about your socials so people can, reach out to you?
Sure. Well, I'm on Facebook and Instagram under Crooked Crown of Gems.
Okay.
And a website by the same name. So my website lists all the different services I do. And I think my Facebook page does as well. My Instagram, not so much, but I post a lot about things that I do. So yeah, I think I'm not really good at social media, but it's my start.
Yeah. But there's still a way for them to reach out to you. So maybe we don't have, or people maybe don't have as much social medias right now.
Yeah,
it's getting more common to all have socials, so people can reach out and present what they're doing, their work and everything. But still, you guys can reach out to her whenever that you guys need a Reiki master.
Yes,
please come and see Lisa, and for some readings with Elaine. No.
Okay. So I have 2 Facebook. Well, I have my own Facebook page, which is under Psychic Medium Elaine Hale, and then you have to ask to join. They're private, so you have to ask to join. And then I also have a Facebook page with Vanessa and Anne, who we work as a trio who do group readings under the Triangles of Light. So can be contacted through there or through private message on Messenger. And I do have Instagram, but I don't post a lot on there right now. And I don't have a website. I'm in the process of building the website right now. So, and that will encompass like all of the things I do: the past life regression, the clinical hypnotherapy with the past life regression, and the readings. And so it'll encompass all of that under one website. So that will be announced on my Facebook page once it's finished. So,
okay, we can put that as well. Once it's finished, I can always edit the video and everything on YouTube, so you guys can have all of the socials and all the ways that you guys can reach out to Elaine as well. So let's delve into conversation here. How did you guys meet? See, my English is still
through Spirit Talker Tribe.
Yeah. So we were both in the same class. I don't know. You're still in the membership?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we've been part of the membership now for 8 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
when I first joined, my kids were really little, so I was watching. You know, like there was a lot of social stuff that kind of came about from the tribe, from the group, and I wasn't able to partake in that because I was a single mother. So I kind of helicoptered in about 4 years later, and that's when I started to meet people in person. But yeah.
But we did meet at the Spirit Talker Tribe Lives before COVID
Oh,
and then
yeah.
after.
Yes.
Oh, that
So,
was before COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He couldn't
Okay.
do them. Like he does a weekend that's free to his students every year, in like the long weekend. Usually it's the long weekend in September or the weekend after. And his students can come, like it's at their own expense to come, but to pay for the flight and the hotel, but the weekend is free and it's all teaching.
Wow.
So
what is this what is this about teaching? Is it that okay, let's go back a little bit, because you're referring about a membership. What's the membership?
So you do. Okay.
Are we allowed to say this?
Yeah.
Okay.
The membership. It's okay. So there's year 1, year 2. There used to be a year 3, but he combined year 2 and 3 together. And then after you're finished doing his actual student groups, you can join the membership for life or for a year or for whatever. Like if you ever want to leave the membership, you can at any time. If you ever want to leave Spirit Talker Tribe at any time, you can. But then you have access to all the teachings and all of the videos and everything as YouTube for however long you're like a student with him or in the membership with him. But the Spirit Talker Tribe weekend is the culmination of the whole year. Comes at the end. He brings all of his, like anybody who wants to come, it's free for them to come for the weekend to attend it. But then you come, it's in Halifax, and people will come from the States. They come from across the country. They come from So and they come to the weekend.
So do they stay? They stay in a hotel, right? I mean, I'm guessing that kind of like they do their own thing, so they can stay here. But where is that place? Is that a place? Is that a like?
For the last few years, it's been at Casino, Nova Scotia, but and it's been at Pier 21 too. So.
But it has grown.
Wow,
quite a bit. So the first year was at Pier 21. I was really sick that year. I had a cold. That was before it was taboo to be in public with a cold.
Yeah.
So I went anyway, and I was determined because I really wanted to do the ghost hunt that night, and I didn't make it. But so it's grown. So I think that might be why he moved. Maybe not, but it's such a beautiful weekend because there's through this group, at least for me, and I know it's true for you too. There has been so many soul connections with people. Like you're in a room full of like-minded people that you can talk about any of the weirdness that you want to talk about that other people
in a safe place without judgment
and
understanding.
And it really they're your people, you know, and it's just this beautiful weekend of connection. Like the teachings, it's the teachings, I mean, we've all been hearing them now for 8 years over and over and over again, which doesn't hurt to keep, you know, that repetition.
Yeah.
But for me now, going to Spirit Talker Tribe is more about connecting with the people than, I mean,
then more knowledge, I guess, because, and you still have knowledge, right? Like you still have, I guess it's just a way to learn as well.
Yeah.
In a different way, maybe not directly from Sean, but I feel that it's maybe like a feedback of all of you guys that you're teaching each other lessons.
Exactly. And I do learn something from Sean every time.
Yes.
Because he expands too every year. Like we continue to grow. And not that I'm not saying this properly, but he's not changing the theme of his teaching. He just has so much more experience and
he's evolving as well with his own teaching. Yes. That's beautiful. That's beautiful because I'm guessing not just as a mentor, but as well as a human being as well, within his own growth, spiritual growth, his own humanness, that he's still getting lessons himself, right? And then from there, he gives that to you, and there's like a big feedback, right? And that growth, that as well, it's kind of like translating or towards you, right? Like
exactly, yeah.
transmit it to you, right? Yes. So,
and I think the really beautiful part is that a lot of us have gone, like we're still very connected on a soul level, but we've all kind of gone into these different paths. Like Elaine is with your past life regression and hypnotherapy and paranormal investigation. We're both Reiki masters. I think a lot of that's like the gateway into spirituality is the Reiki for a lot of us. And then and then I'm doing human design and readings and that kind of thing. So we all kind of have something different, but we all connect at one point.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm picking up this. It's such a beautiful group that I guess you guys have, because like I'm saying, I'm picking this up because I see that all of you guys are mediumships, you know, spirit. That you guys make readings and do Reiki and do paranormal, and there's not that competition. I feel that there's like that. I'll help you. What I cannot give you, that person is going to give it to you. And I will lead you to that person with all my heart, with all my love. And I hope that that person can help you, because maybe there is a soul connection there that it needs to be, you know, that line, it needs to be, you know, the message needs to be sent, right? So I feel that this is so beautiful, that there is not that competition, and that you guys help each other and send each other, you know, and it's I think that's beautiful. That's really beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful too.
Oh yeah. Thank you. See, that's why I was been looking for the devices, what they do.
That is very true. And I will tell you that that's a thing with us, with Vanessa, Ann, and I, when we do the Triangles of Light. We'll have someone contact us. If we get the feeling, okay, I'm not the reader for you, you're for Vanessa, then I'll send her to Vanessa, or him to Vanessa, or the group to Vanessa. The same thing goes to Anne. I don't think I'm the reader that you need. They might get contacted me, but I'm going to send you to Elaine. There's no competition there. It's like at all. It's like whatever is in the person's best interest. Is where, you know, we send them. And the same for Reiki. Someone will contact me for Reiki. Well, I don't particularly do Reiki, but hey, Jasmine does, or Lisa does, so I'm going to send you to one of them. Jasmine lives here and Lisa lives here. You choose between whoever resonates for you.
And it's okay, and there's there should be no ego there should be no bad what's the word I want to say, but maybe the bad feelings are, oh, you know, I can't, or even with yourself, right? Even with yourself, that kind of like, I don't know, because that can happen with people, because we're all human, and we can all get into that place where it's like, I'm doubting myself, right? And I feel that, oh, I'm not that good, and that's why I couldn't give that message. And it has nothing to do with that as well, right?
No, it has to do with energy between people. So I could be reading somebody, and maybe not, like in a group when Vanessa and Ann and I might do like a group reading, and I might go to somebody and I have a message for them to give to them. I give them the message, but nothing else is coming in. But Ann or Vanessa might be getting stuff. So I'll say, well, I'm not getting any more conversation from the man or Vanessa. Do you have anything that you might be able to add for this person? And it's just because the energy for me and that person is not the right connection. It's for one of them, right? So that's how that works. It just flows.
It just flows. It just flows. And that's the beauty of it, right? Because we all get a little bit of everyone, right? And it's just a small lesson. Well, I guess maybe we call it a small lesson, but I feel that it's always a big lesson out of a small situation, right? Always. Is there, have you guys have worked together at some point?
We've attended workshops together, but we've never really worked together as a team for doing a workshop together.
That might be in the future.
It might be in the future.
Might be in the future.
I do want to tell you, so the first time I sat in front of the Triangles of Light as a group, was at a retreat that Jasmine and Tara did in not far, like between
Milford?
Milford. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And so up for several years, my mom passed away. Oh, gosh, I want to say
How long?
25 years ago.
Wow.
And I've had this block to connecting with her for some reason. And now I know it was all the doubt and like thoughts in my own, like, anyway,
your own insecurities.
A lot to unpack there.
Yes.
But just like what you said, I think Vanessa started to tap into her and then you got her. And you were the first person that gave me a message from my mom. And that kind of opened the floodgate. Wow. So I just wanted to share that with you. Because I know when you're reading, and it's the same for me, like if I get intuitive messages when I'm doing Reiki or through readings, I don't remember them. Because it's like a channel. Like you don't remember. Like there's some things that you remember. But most of the messages, it's just like,
it's coming to me,
yeah,
not from me, so you don't remember
exactly.
What they're going through.
So I want to understand something. So you went with Vanessa, or starting that to unblock that part of having that connection with your mom from being here, and she already been transcend.
Yeah,
and then at some point she was the one that actually did the connection. So how did it work? Tell us.
Yeah. So I attended a retreat. It was a day-long retreat, and I love retreats, like for the connection and the learning and meeting like-minded people. And the Triangles of Light were a guest to do group readings at the end. And they were in the group, and Vanessa said, there's something over here. And she started to describe a mother. And I said, I think that might be my mother. And she started to connect. And whatever it was, it turned out that it wasn't my mother. It was somebody sitting around me. And Elaine looked at me. She goes, I'll be back. And then you guys did your readings. And then you came back and she said, I want to come back to you. And you delivered a message from my mom. And it was like, oh, this is the first person that was ever able to connect with her for me. And then that just kind of opened the floodgates. I've since learned that it was my own stuff that was keeping me from connecting to my mom.
Your own blockages.
Yeah, like I always wondered if she was okay on the other side, and she had a really horrible death, and I thought she was afraid, and so there was all this stuff that I had to, and I'm still working through some of that.
Yes.
So I recently finished a course as a death doula, and that really helped me move past that. Yes. That really helped me move past that and recognize the signs of a physical body that's dying, and knowing that sometimes the soul's already gone. Right. So
yes.
That happens a lot with dementia patients. They'll be in and out of the spirit world because there's so much in their own head they don't want to be there. So they're in and out of the spirit world.
Yeah.
So you can connect sometimes with somebody who's still in the living as if they're on the other side, but they're actually in deep dementia. Right? So
in deep
dementia or Alzheimer's.
Oh, okay.
Because they spend time on this side and that side until they go. Right? So. Did I just blow your mind?
No. Yes. Yes. Sorry, I'm gonna cry.
It's okay.
Thank you for giving me that to understand a little bit more about my grandma. She had Alzheimer's. And so we lost her for 10 years. I think it was 10 or 15 years. And we were always wondering, how was that? How was that for her? So can you please tell me a little bit more about that? Oh my God.
There's no coincidences? Well, why
there is no coincidence.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, because they are unable to communicate, and sometimes unable to communicate or regressed back to their younger years or whatever, they will often go between both worlds. Like they'll go between the other side, they'll go over and visit people over there because then they're not locked in their own body and their own mind. So then they'll go to the other side, they'll spend time find out what it's like over there, meet, and then come back to this side. So they're not always stuck in their own head. So when the periods of it when they're like kind of blank, well, they're astro traveling to the other side. So
wow.
So they go there because they can communicate with people there that they can't communicate in a way they want to here. So they'll spend time, and it gets more often, the closer it gets to them passing, it gets to be more often, they spend more time there than they do here. So.
Okay, so why do they do that? Like, what is that necessity? Just because they want to know and prepare themselves that that's how they're gonna
because
go?
The soul doesn't like to be locked in the body that the mind cannot understand.
Okay. And I'm guessing, for example, there was a lot of around what happened with her, being her, because it was a really hard, difficult decision for, and I say for all of us, because I was one of her childs, because I was raised by her. But especially for my aunts, uncles, and my mom to take the decision to take her to a nursing home, because we were like, no, we have to take care of her, but the reality is that we can't, right?
Yep.
And there's a lot of that bias as well of, oh, you're sending a person to a nurse, but it's not selfish, right? But what I'm trying to say with this is that based on that and how hard it was for us to take her, and then the life that she had for the last years of her, she being in the nursing home and everything, and the fact that we my uncles and aunts were always trying to see her, go and see her, loving her every time, in her birthday, or it doesn't matter, like they would go and take her things. And I feel that my family sometimes does still have that sense of what happened with her, right? Was she able to actually feel our love, right, when we were going like that? It's like, did she understand what we were trying to do
100%.
for her, right?
On a soul level, yes, she knew. And I think some people stay earthbound longer because they're making sure that you're okay before they pass. And so they feel anchored into the physical world a little bit more. How do I explain this? Maybe you can jump in and help me out with this.
Well, we actually go through this in mind, but it's because they feel they don't want to leave the person behind, because well, for one, they see the grief that they're going through, and they just feel attached to stay there, because they think that if they go to the other side, they will not be able to communicate or see them. But that's not true, because that's what we're taught in this lifetime, right?
Yes.
We only know, when we pass away, we only know in our mind what we were taught in this lifetime. Although when we get to the other side, we have all knowledge. We're all knowing, have all the knowledge that the universe has to offer us for the dimension that we're on, or the level that we're on, right? So the spirit, or the soul, its knowledge stays with it. But it's your mind that's failing for dementia. Like it's the mind that's going. It's not the spirit or the soul. However you want to,
right?
Yeah.
So
So
because your body is not allowing you to do what you want to do, your soul is still there doing what they want to do, right? So if that does that, like,
that makes sense. That totally makes sense. And I feel, sometimes in her, a little bit of, those spots where she could gain herself again, right? And she would definitely say, well, I love you, oh, you're there, right? So, and there were not really, towards the end, there were not too many, but I remember that I had to go back to, I've been living like in different stages of my life in different places. Cancun in Mexico, California. I'm from Mexico City. California in 2 stages of my life, and then I came here after, right? And I had to go back to Mexico to be able to do all the migration process, right? And while I was there, I was able to care for both of my grandparents in a different way. And I remember that the day that I went to say bye to her, she came back in that moment when I was saying to her goodbye.
Yeah, and that's not an accident. Like that wasn't.
I know.
She
was
intentionally
saying
came
bye.
back. Yeah,
Yeah, she was saying bye because I was not gonna get to see her again.
Yeah,
and she said to me, I haven't written. I haven't written exactly what she said, but she said something like, "Don't no, live your life the fullest, and don't stay in don't stay in those moments where you don't have to just go live your life. Remember, that's the greatest to be." And when she told me that, I was like, wow. I knew in that moment that she was saying goodbye to me. I knew, and as well with my grandpa, even though he didn't have Alzheimer's, but as well, there was no coincidence because I went back to say goodbye to both of my grandparents. I get to take care of my grandpa. He had cancer, and at that point, they removed big. I think he had it in the prostate, and they removed it. They said that it wasn't spread, but I guess he knew. Because when I left, he said thank you for everything. And he said goodbye, and I knew that I was not going to see him again. So it was so I just see how life has put everything in place for me, and it's so beautiful. So thank you for saying that. Thank you for bringing that up. Like you say, it's not coincidence, and I'm guessing as well for people that have had the same situation of having a loved one with Alzheimer, that they know how it works. It's beautiful to know that they're still here in some shape or form, that they still listen to us, that they still giving us their love, their compassion. And I feel even more because they already are going towards the afterlife, right? And I guess maybe they I'm assuming they have more knowledge or more I don't know, like that energy that has bigger light. Even if she would have been in her mind, I feel that she has brought us more than that, right? So that's beautiful. So thank you for saying that. And my moment of being a crybaby right now.
It's all healing.
It is.
It is healing. It is really healing. And I'm gonna show this to I'm going to show this to my family, and I know they're going to be crying. So thank you for that. But that's going to be a really healing situation for us. But so can we go back to that moment when you were saying about your mom and how you guys, how you do you remember that time? Like, how did that message come to you?
What message?
Her mom.
To my mom.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
It
was quite a while ago, and like I said, there's not space in my brain for all the messages that come through for people or things.
I don't even remember what the message was, but I remember the connection. Right? Like I don't remember exactly what it was that she said in that moment, but it was the connection. Like, oh wow, somebody's fine. Like I dreamt of my mom. And in those dreams, I had like weird, like, I don't want to say prophecy like dreams, but like, we can talk about the dreams later. Visitation. But what's that?
Like a visitation.
Yeah, it was like a visitation, but at the time I didn't understand, and I thought it was wacko or something like, you know what I mean? And I guess I didn't really make the connection that I've been connecting with my mother since the minute she passed. But I needed Elaine or somebody like Elaine to come and validate that for me. You know what I mean?
So you didn't know exactly what you were doing, or that within your dream. I'm guessing it was not a premonition because she already passed by that time that you were saying, right? And I'm guessing you didn't have the knowledge of what you're saying. You still didn't have the knowledge of what you have right now to be able to understand what was going on. So in that moment, what did you think? Like, did you think like what's going on? Is this something that I make up in my mind? And I'm telling you this because I want to be able to, for people have awareness that it's not their imagination.
Yeah. So the first dream that I remember having of my mom after she passed, she came to me, and it was like I was sitting outside of like a mall type of building, and she came out the doors. And she was young and beautiful and healthy, and and I've since read other people had that experience too, where in a visitation dream, it looks like they're coming out of a shopping mall or something. So I don't know if that's like the portal between, or just like what our minds, see as normal, or anyway, it was a weird place, but I've heard other people have very similar experiences when they have visitation dreams. But she came back and she told me, there is a blue and red watch on my dresser in this box. You need to give it to your Aunt Shirley. Wow. And I'm like, okay. So the next morning I woke up, I went in, and there it was. So then I started to question, is this just something I knew that was there and I'm piecing it together, or was it really my mom? Like, so all of these questions that you really start to question, the validity of stuff like this, especially when you're not immersed in this. Like this was a time where I didn't think about, I've had lots of experiences, but
at that point you were not really aware of what you were actually doing, right?
Yeah. And then after like a bag of trauma that happened in my life, I connected with Sean, and then with folks like Elaine, and started to get more immersed in this. But then there was always that block. Like everybody seemed to be connecting to their loved ones that were passing. And I connected to other loved ones that passed. Like my Nan is always with me, but not my mom. So there was some kind of mental block in me. That you had. Yeah. Like some kind of doubt or some kind of something. And when Elaine was able to give me that message from my mom, that kind of opened that floodgate.
Yeah. Dreams are, visitation dreams are always, there's a lot of them, people coming out of a house or meeting in a place that, for mine, it was like at the room, it was all mist, and it was like almost like I was in another dimension, but there was mist all around me, and it was dark, but my daughter was there, my sister was there. That's all I could see was my daughter and my sister, and my sister was combing my daughter's hair, like she was like getting ready to lay her. But my daughter had just passed, so the communication is telepathic. It's not, you don't speak with your mouth in a visitation dream. It's telepathic. You know what the other person is thinking, and they know what you're thinking. As very, very vivid and very short. And you will never forget it when it's a visitation dream.
Oh, I know. I had a visitation of my grandpa, and I think I mentioned in one of, I think it was with Simone or with Anne, in which he, I think it was 2 days or a few days after he passed, I got to talk to my cousins, and they were saying how he said goodbye and how he loved him, and he didn't say anything to me. So for me was really like how did he didn't say that I love you or anything, right? He was my favorite person, and I was his favorite person. What happened here, right? So it was like kind of like a confusion, and then he was there in my dreams, and he presented to me, and he said to me, Julia, I love you. I'm sorry. I couldn't say bye. It was just too hard for me to say bye, right? So for me, it was like, oh, okay. I believe you. So it was a nice thing, and it was, I still kind of like feel bad. Like I said, I'm always a crybaby, but they're my favorite people in the world. But it was like, oh my gosh, thank you for saying this, because it's healing for me, and I know that it was really hard for you to say goodbye to me.
100%.
And it was already been hard to say goodbye to his children. And so like I guess for him it was like draining as well. At that point, it's like I just want to go. I just want to be okay, right? It's really beautiful that people that your loved ones come to your dreams. So as well, people just be aware of that. These are real. This is real, and people your loved ones come to your dreams to talk to you. You're not crazy, you're not delusional, it's real.
And I think it's the safest way. And I say the word safe because I can't think of another word, but if somebody was to come to you from spirit and you could see them in your waking life, you'd be like, what the F, right? Mm-hmm. But in your dream, it's just safer. Like you could be traveling into the astral world in your dream, and you're able to meet on a different plane.
Yeah.
I was just saying I had a very similar visitation dream about my grandfather. And he passed, I think I might have been 16 or 17. So this is good. We're going way back, right? Uh-huh. He had pancreatic cancer, and he went downhill very, very fast and did not want us grandchildren in the hospital to visit him and see him in his decline. He wanted us to remember him as a very strong, manly, healthy guy. Like he was 6'2", and like he looked like he was 50 when he was in the 70s. He was a good guy. He was a tall, muscular, strong, always a really strong presence in our life. And I remember it was almost to the minute that he passed a month later that I had this dream, because I woke up right after and I remember taking note at the time. But we were standing outside of my house, and my house was his house. Like he gave the house to my parents, and he was walking down through the field. If you go up past the field, it would be the graveyard where he was buried. He was walking down, came, said goodbye, gave me a hug, told me he loved me, turned around and went back up. And then I had woken up and I heard footsteps coming up, and I heard the toilet flushing. Because my grandfather lived a town over, and he would make his rounds every Saturday, right? He would stop at my mom's house first, and the first thing he would do as soon as he got to my mom's house is he would use the bathroom. So that's what he did So
it was already like a pattern that he had, and that it was that.
Yeah.
So it was a way for him to tell you, I'm here.
I knew it was him.
Yes. That's amazing. I love this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your Reiki and how you have helped people with Reiki. And I don't know if you want to share some experiences that obviously that you're allowed to and that you want to, and how's the experience as well, I guess, because every time I'm guessing that whenever you do a reading or whenever you are in a paranormal or giving a message, you always get as well lessons from it, right?
100%. Yeah. And I could talk Reiki all day. So
you do Reiki. Like I've done Reiki as in the the teaching aspects, and I've done a few Reiki sessions myself, but you're the one who does the Reiki all the time, so I'm going to leave this one to you. I can
jump in though.
I can say a couple of things that I've gotten, but you go ahead.
Because you have so much wisdom to share. So jump in anytime. So I can talk about how it's helped me.
I love you guys. How you guys? Like it's so beautiful. This okay.
Reiki for me was life-changing. Like I said, it was kind of like my gateway into opening everything up. And I believe that when you're attuned to Reiki, the Reiki energy, so there's 3 levels, basically. Your level 1 is when you start to learn how to heal yourself. And then level 2 is when you can start to practice on other people, and you learn about the distance. There's no space, no time, and no distance in Reiki. You can send Reiki back in time. You can send it across the world. Like there's no dimension for Reiki. And then level 3, you go deeper, and then you can become a teacher and teach it to other people. So my first attunement sparked my intuition in a big way. So that's when I was really able to start to tap into messages for other people and heal myself, and learn how to, like, I don't know, recognize little tweaks in my body or situations in my environment that I needed to either send more love to or more compassion to, or look at things a different way. And I took my first Reiki training not long after my separation, which was very tough. And so, yeah, Reiki really, was my
is
first step
Reiki?
in. So what is Reiki? It's universal energy. So you are able. So it's a modality that was channeled by a gentleman. I think was it the early 1900s. So it's not like centuries ago, but it was.
I think it was a little earlier.
Maybe like the late 1800s. Yeah. Dr. Usui in Japan had channeled this. I believe, well, maybe I'll get into what I believe, but
yeah, no, totally. You believe your experience.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I believe that Jesus was a Reiki master.
And I was going to say that.
And when he laid hands, it was Reiki energy. And Dr. Usui was channeled this modality so he could bring it to the world, because I really believe that that's part of Jesus's teaching, was that it's all in here, it's not out there. Like we're taught in mainstream religion that it's all out there, right? But it's in here.
And again, I want to say my favorite of all, Dolores Cannon as well. One of the things that she was saying when she did the Jesus with the what's the name of this book? I can't remember right now the name of it's Jesus and another community. You should,
starts with a C, doesn't it?
I think it starts with an E.
An E?
Yeah, but okay. Yeah. But she was saying, one of the things that she was saying is that
Essence?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. One of the things that she was mentioning is about the journey that Jesus had, right? And that everything that we have learned about Jesus has been so, I'm sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful with people that believe in religion. But this is me, my experience, my way of seeing, my way of what I've learned with books, with people that have done research, right? And that they're open more to spiritual knowledge in that way. But one of the things that she was saying about Jesus is that there's so many misinformation in regards of what he was really doing and what he was actually teaching, right? And because he was a person where yes, obviously he was design, and I don't want to get into the other part of the DNA and why he was designed and everything, but to be able to learn more fast, because we know that that's how he left, and we that there was a gap where he was like learning, but they don't say what he was learning and how he was learning, and all these miracles things that they're saying only Jesus can do. It's not right. It's how we are all designed. He was just like he was just
the ultimate Reiki
the ultimate, yes. I know, and if you think about what they're saying about the light in his hands when he was healing, it was all energy, it was all Reiki, right?
All energy.
But okay, sorry, I just wanted to share a little bit of what I know so we can have more maybe information.
So the word Reiki it's a Japanese word, and it can be broken down, and I know I'm going to mess it up here because I'm tired, but it's universal. I think it means like universal energy from God.
Okay.
So it is like you're channeling like the highest level of energy from God. You're channeling it. When you are sharing Reiki with somebody, you are not a healer. Mm-hmm. You are just a channel for this energy. And you are sharing it with that person. They're your healing partner. The person on your Reiki table is the healer, and they're healing themselves. You're just facilitating it. Mm-hmm. Like you're just the facilitator.
Okay.
And I think once you realize that, then you've kind of mastered the whole idea.
So they are not gonna be, or if a person goes and they say, okay, I want to have a Reiki session. It's because they need to be really open and open to get that connection with themselves, and they are aware that they need to be able to be connected with themselves. So what you are helping them do, it'll work, right? So I'm guessing that if you are not open to that, you're not going to be able to receive it as much, or maybe you're not aware of it. How does that work?
Well, there's a few things. First of all, Reiki does no harm.
No, yeah.
And ethically, you don't do Reiki on someone unless you have their permission. But you can ask their higher self for permission. So you tap into their higher self, right? And there are instances where you as a person are not open to it, but your higher self is. And if your higher self isn't, and you send Reiki, it's going to go where it's needed.
Yeah.
And it might not go to you, but it might go to somebody else that's open to it, right? So that, I just want to preface it by that. But people that come for Reiki, I mean, Reiki is scientifically proven to reduce stress, reduce cortisol in the body, to reduce pain, to reduce, like, it is scientifically
epigenetic kind of thing, where you are able to, like Joe Dispenza says, that you are able to actually cure yourself, right? And I with the question that I was trying, or with what I was saying about people, if they're open, and I'm just saying this because I know people that they're like, oh no, I went to a Reiki session, I didn't do shit to me, and it's like, it does, right? But there's still that people that that they're not still maybe in that awakening, and that they're they're trying, but they're like, no, it didn't do it really anything to me, right?
Or it could be their expectations. Like, it's not a miracle. It is a way for you to connect with yourself and what needs to be healed. That could be, I mean, my belief, and I know a lot of other people, and this is part of the Reiki teaching, is that any disease is coming in through your energetic field before it gets to your physical field, right? So if I'm working on your energetic field, and you're not even aware of your energetic field, how can you feel it in your physical body if it's not there yet?
Yes.
But we have all these bodies, but we're so stuck in our physical body, right? Because that's the way that we were conditioned in the world, is to be in the physical body. We don't think about our emotional body, our mental body, our energetic body, our ethereal body. Like, it's just not.
It's all connected. We just don't
all connected.
We just don't. We're so conditioned, like you say, that we're like, no. This is what we have. This is what I see. This is what I feel. There's nothing more than that. Because there's still people thinking like that, right? So,
and a gift I received after I was attuned to Reiki is that I can see auras now.
And you can see in the aura where things need to be fixed. It's like a gray spot. So people have different colors in their auras. I think Jesus had all white. But most people, or all people usually have. Sean's is all blue. Most people.
So what are the colors? What does the color mean?
There's many colors. There's green, yellow, red, blue, gold, white.
It's a little bit of the chakras, that what the colors that you're saying, right?
Chakras, and it could. I don't see the colors as much. I see, like, the movement, so everybody will see it a little bit differently. Like, I see the energy moving more than I see the colors, and then I see the blocks in the energy. Right? Some people see colors. But some people like, for example, when Sean's up there
on stage, you can see nothing. Blue.
And you don't even have to be trained to see auras to see his when he's up there, because the energy is just so high. And it's a room full of people that are just sharing that energy everywhere, whether
it's a retro feeding, or like, it's just everyone is just putting that in. I want to be there. Oh my gosh, I can. I can't. I mean, I can't imagine, but at the same time, I can't imagine the energy that there should be so beautiful.
It is very energetic.
It makes it easier to see because he's against the black too.
Because
you can just see the flare. And then when anybody else is up on stage doing anything with them, you can see it goes over the whole group. You can see the aura around the whole group. Like, it's just amazing to see it.
Yeah, you can even see some of the spirits coming in and out. And the last weekend there was a dog that it just kept walking across. It was Joe McKinnon's dog. Yeah, Remy. It was Remy.
Ah.
Yeah.
So what is that blue? Do you know what it's the
He's like very spiritually connected. That's the meaning of blue, is like a great spiritual connection to the other side.
Mhm.
So do you know the difference with the colors? Can you tell us what's the
I haven't studied them intensively, no, so I can't really tell you, but I know green, when you see it, is usually means somebody's a healer.
Mhm.
Their aura will be predominantly green. The blue and violet are like spiritually connection.
Mhm.
They're greatly spiritually connected. Red means, I think it's like gray is there's
blockage, I guess.
negative, or you have a disease, like the gray, that's kind of gray or black, or kind of shades of gray and black are like not negative energy, so to speak, but there's issues with the body.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And white is like, Jesus, you don't see too many people with white, like
pure.
pure
Yeah.
white.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes sense, right? With Jesus, is he was so pure.
Yeah.
And as well, I'm guessing just as you guys sometimes I'm getting some messages as well, and right now, because see, when we were starting the conversation, I was like, okay, we don't have any script right now, and I don't know what we're gonna talk, but but I
knew
feel
it was
that
gonna come together.
I know, but but still, I'm still learning, right? And I know that this is just getting. I know that spirit is right. They're helping me to be able to have this conversation, right? And what I was saying about that pureness with Jesus, just I just want to let people know that even him being who he was, that loving and pure love that had he was, but he was still a human, right?
Absolutely.
He was still a human, and I know as well that he had to go and fight with his own ego and be with himself to be able to get rid of those things. And I'm pretty sure that like everyone else went through a really hard time with himself as a human, right? And get rid to that, it was a challenge for him. And I'm trying to say this because we need to understand that just as him, we are as well just as him, and we need to go through that same revolution with ourselves. So be kind with yourself. Know that we are in this human vessel to be able to learn the lessons and take Jesus as what's it called, a guidance, or just to reflect to him, to say, okay, I'm learning this, and if he can do this, and if he was designed to do that, to do this, we are designed to do the same.
He set the example of what it can be.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So what can you tell us about your experience with Reiki?
Well, you can Reiki, like I know. So it's not just people you can Reiki. You can Reiki plants. You can Reiki your animals. There's people who specialize in Reiki, pet Reiki. We have one of the girls we know really well, Terry Peace. She does animal Reiki. That's her specialty. So she does that. You can Reiki your food, your water. Like it takes. So when you do those things, it's almost like
it's like a prayer.
Yeah, it's like a prayer or giving
meditation,
saying
prayer.
Grace, like to your food or your water or whatever, to absorb the good energies from what you're taking and take the bad, like the negative energies. Almost like changing a negative ion into a positive ion in your water, so it makes it more healthy for you, or more better for your body, so to speak. So my experiences where Reiki was, it also opened up my like intuition big time, and my psychic mediumship abilities at the time that I took it. Like I was getting clairvoyant images, I was getting messages, I was getting, even though I hadn't started Sean's course at the time I first took it, it did open those pathways up in the connection to a universal energy, so to speak, and Reiki energies that that flow through you, right, from the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's many Reiki guides that help bring the Reiki to us. So, and there's many, what's the word I'm looking for? There's many different people. There's quite a few different teachers of different modalities. It's all kind of the same. There's all kinds of energy healing. It's not just Reiki. There's other modalities out there that people do. And John does a different one himself.
He does, yep.
And then there's a guy out there, he's from Australia. He does like a completely, totally different energy type of healing. I can't remember what his name is right off the bat, but he's getting pretty well known out there. He had a show on TV for a little bit. But it's all designed to help us know that we are able and capable to heal ourselves, right? It's where we have to start. So,
yes.
Yeah. And we can, again, you can send Reiki to the earth. You can send Reiki to the trees, to the animals, to, you can send it out and ask it to heal a certain place that's had a like a catastrophe of some sort.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
Wow. This is so powerful. Like, people have no understanding of the power of this. Like, it's wow. Yes.
It's very powerful in a positive way.
It is.
Like, Reiki really can't do any harm. And it allows you to channel, but it also cleans your own channel so that there's clarity. Like, it could take years. And there's people that this is never going to resonate with, and that's fine.
They're going to have to come back to another life to actually work with that. Maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it is a very powerful modality and philosophy. And there's 5 precepts with Reiki that if you live in your Reiki pathway, you bring these precepts in every day into your life, and it's just for today. So you don't have to worry about what happened in the past or what's going to happen tomorrow. You're just worried about today. So today you're not going to worry.
More present.
Worry about today, but don't worry.
Yes.
Just for today, I won't be angry. Just for today, I'm going to do my work with integrity. Just for today, I'm going to be grateful.
And that's a skill that you have to learn as well, right? To be more in a present moment, in the mindfulness,
Absolutely.
right? Because we actually we're so stuck in this matrix with everything that there's out there, and all the expectations that society, government, religion, so many things that we're so conditioned, right? That that's the reality. We don't allow ourselves to be in that mindfulness and that presence, and we have to start learning more how to do that, because it's a skill, and I'm learning it, and it's beautiful. Yeah. So I want to ask, I haven't understand how much you are connected with spirits in terms of giving message, but I know that you, Elaine, you have done this for a long time. Would you like to share how your experience with that? I don't know, if you've had that moment where a spirit comes to you when you are maybe at the supermarket or something, and you need to be able to give a message, and it's like, no, I am doing my own stuff, I can't.
They do that, and but there is, like, I mean, you can put up, like, it's almost like telling them, okay, I'm not available right now. This is my time, my space. Like when because they'll come to you in your bedroom. Come, you know what I mean? If you give them an in, they'll take an inch. They'll give them an inch, they'll take a mile type of thing. So no, I'm not open all the time. But I have had a few instances where they came to me and I've said, no, I'm not doing. One time I was at the dentist in the dentist chair, and his hand was in my mouth, and his dad pops in and he's like, tell my son blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I can't tell him anything. He's got his hands in my mouth for one. Like, there's
no way I can give this message right now, dude.
There's no way I can give this to him. No, I'm not going to do that.
But that's exactly my question. question, right? Like, because I know that even though you are close and you said like, no, there's no way I'm gonna give because it's my time, but I'm assuming that some of them are like push, and they won't leave you alone until you deliver that message, right?
It is. They do push. They do push, right? But I will not give somebody a message without asking them if it's okay. Are you open to receiving a message from? I have. Are you like aware? Do you know anything about this? And are you open to receiving a message from blah 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 that's here and wants to give you a message? I don't do that as a rule for one. Because I worked in the military, so the military is not a place you do that, right? Like it's not acceptable to be running around military base saying blah blah blah. Right?
Really sad.
So yeah, so no, I didn't do that. I trained myself not to listen to spirit while I was working, so therefore I don't give them the in to come to me when I'm doing something else. I didn't give it to them in the beginning. They don't have it now, right? That being said, sometimes they will barrel in and they will say, this person needs to have this message now. If that so happens, then I have a set process where I will ask the person, are you open to receiving a message from a deceased loved one on the other side who is here with me? I am a psychic medium. This is what I do. If you're not open, then I will not proceed. If you are open, then I will give you the message. And it's up to the individual if they want the message.
And so, tell me about that with the dentist.
I couldn't give him the message. It was a military dentist.
Oh, so, okay. I was going to ask you that. Yes. And I was exactly going to ask you that. Have you ever had an experience within your, in the military that they just don't like it? And you know that this is not something that you can bring up in your field and that you had to deliver it because there was no other way to stop it?
I have had a few. There's a very small group of people in the military that I know that knew what I was doing, and they did receive messages from me because they needed to receive them at that time. But for the greatest part, I don't, on my personal Facebook page, I don't put anything on, because there's a lot of military people on it, so I don't put anything on my personal page. It's only on Triangles of Light or my psychic medium page. Because it's not really acceptable in the military, because military is strict. They're very logical. They're very it's just
what you can see is what it is, and there's nothing else. And if I can see it, if I can understand, if I can prove it with science or with logic, then you're crazy.
Being a supervisor of a bunch of young privates and corporals and saying that, them thinking, oh, you're crazy. She's crazy. She's my boss and she's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're young souls and there's old souls. So, some of them are just not at that point where they're willing to. A lot of them are these days because they're coming in with the greater knowledge than we did when we were born.
Yeah. But it's a different world.
For the most part, it's not acceptable just in the military.
So I want to ask this in a really respectful way, and obviously you guys are always allowed to say, no, I'm not comfortable, or I want to be really respectful as well. So you have stopped with your military. You're retired, right?
Retired.
With everything that you have learned within this spiritual path, why haven't you say, fuck it, I don't care what they think, I'm going to post this in my personal page because I just want to?
Oh, I know I have to. I just haven't done it yet because just because I'm not at the point where I'm putting it I don't have everything set yet for, all my Facebook pages and all of that stuff. I haven't put my shingle out, so to speak, right? For I do with the Triangles of Light, right? But I mean, we advertise and I do personal readings and stuff. But for all of the other stuff, I haven't yet put my shingle out. So until I actually have everything in place, which is going to be coming soon, then it will go over to my other page. But I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people who will say,
they're going to judge, or they're going to say, oh, how come,
and that's fine. it's fine because the people who
You're ready for this.
are in the vibration of that you are in will fall away naturally from you. Yeah. So I mean, that's how it works when you raise your vibration. If the people aren't ready to go along with you, or
they're gonna stay behind.
Yes. They are open to that vibration,
and maybe they never come to that vibration, right? So, and you have to be prepared as well to start losing people, to start losing, because I'm guessing, for so long that you have been in there as well, you have met people that they care for you, and that maybe they don't really actually understand this, and you have to be ready to say goodbye to them if they are not in that same vibration that you are.
But I'm also connected to my husband on my Facebook, and my husband is still in the military. So and he's very high rank in the military. So it's like, and he's just retiring. So it's a lot of it is out of respect for him as well, because we share a lot of the same friends in the military. So where he is in the, I don't know how to say this, and I don't fear people, I don't want to cause him any unnecessary to have to defend me. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's basically
it's just a way for you to bring peace to yourself, to not deal with those people that they're just simply not going to understand what you do.
Or have him have to deal with it, and me not like it's me. He's not gonna come tell me, say blah 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 blah. But I don't want him to have to deal with any fallout from what his wife does, right? So that's one of the other reasons. It's not a fear of other people knowing. It's more out of respect.
It's just to respect. I get what you're saying, and that's really valid. Yes.
Yeah. And we were actually talking about this just before, not exactly this topic, but the what's the word I'm looking for? Like your work life and your spiritual life. And I feel like spirit comes in and thrusts you into the spiritual path beforehand. You can pay the rent with it. You know what I mean? Like, so you still need to pay the rent.
Yes.
Rent or the mortgage or whatever. You still have those bills that you need to pay.
Those are financial expectations and conditioning that this world has put upon us, and I'm so I'm guess.
On that same note, though, spirit's got your back. If you're meant to be doing what you're meant to be doing, they're gonna have your back. It's us who fears
100%. Yeah.
So we were talking about your messages, right? And how if they're coming and that you deliver or not to people, right? The messages, and I wanted to ask, have you had that experience of what they are saying to you? No, like, no, thank you. Or are they open most of the time to listen to?
Well, I usually get a feeling before I ask them that they're open or not. I can usually tell when somebody's open or not open to spirituality, because people will. It's like it's your aura, your energy field. You like when people are open, it is expanded. Sometimes a little bit too much, right? Then that you get into a whole other topic, so we're not going to go there. But it's a little bit too much. When people are really close, they hold their energy really, really close to their body. So it is almost like they're like physically doing this to you. Like, I'm not going to listen to anything you have to say, right? When people are open, you can feel that they're open. So I don't ever really get a no, because I don't really approach people who I can tell that they're just not open to it.
Yeah.
That have their arms crossed and say, and it's like, no, don't come near me type of thing, right? So.
Do you remember one message that it was maybe challenge you in some ways, and at the same time you say, I'm grateful that I give this message?
Not in a one-on-one situation. In group readings, yes, I'll start to read somebody like we discussed earlier, and it's like they'll just like be nope, because they only want to hear one thing. So they come to the reading kind of with a closed attitude, telling them, if this is real, I want you to say this to me, and unless they say that to me, I'm not going to listen to anything. So, but that's not how it works, right? It's messages come through for the healing of and the greater good of the people, like the person that's being read. And it's not always who you want to hear from, it's who you need to hear from at this particular time in your life. So to tell somebody when you come somewhere that if you don't say this, I'm not going to believe anything they say, you're really kind of putting yourself into a situation. Sometimes, yes, it will happen, but it's not a given, right? So on the off chance that it does happen, but you're putting a restraint on spirit and saying, I'm not going to listen to you unless you say this one word, or you tell me what my nickname was, or you tell me that, or they mentioned this or that I'm wearing your ring, or that I'm wearing your necklace or something like that. It really doesn't work that way, right? It sometimes will, but for the most part, you're blocking the messages, the healing messages that are trying to come through to you to help you get where you need to go. And if they were open enough to hear the messages they're trying to get through at the very beginning, oftentimes near the end, what they really want to hear will come through in some way, shape, or form.
So. Wow. Okay. Well, that's beautiful. That it's just it's really beautiful how life works, right? And how we are all somehow connected to each other to be able to deliver a message when someone really need it, and how spirit uses us to just keep with that flow of spreading love and spreading healing, because that's really healing when that happens, right? It's really heal, especially when something is like you have so many questions that you cannot answer, and it's when you receive those those answers, like how it's just so beautiful how it works. So we need to be grateful that there are people, human beings, beautiful human beings, that there are already awakening to start with this process of the art of love, right? Through spirit,
100%.
through that it gets right there directly to your soul. So it's so really beautiful. And quick question, because we need to wrap this up, about your past regressions. I want to talk a little bit about your past regression. How first, how has it been for you? Because I'm pretty sure, like, if I were to do that, I'd be fascinated. Like, I was actually thinking of, like, oh, what if I take a course, right? Because I really want to see and do more. So I'm wondering, how has it been for you to do this? Why did you start doing this?
Well,
or did you decide to?
I've always felt that reincarnation, but it's always been a belief of me that there is reincarnation. And sometimes where it started, I had a group past life regression, then I had a Dolores Cannon QHHT past life regression. And then I've had other like past life regressions as well. It's not only from my own experience of seeing how it works, like, and understanding how it works, that will make a better past life regressionist therapist, but it's also the fact that I sometimes will see people's past lives in readings. So it has come up enough times for me to realize, okay, there's something here, like it doesn't for all psychic mediums, but it's come up enough times for me that I've seen people's past lives that it's like, I know it's where I need to move. It's something I'm interested in moving into. Not that I need to move, it's something I'm interested in moving. No coincidences, is synchronicity, right? So and it's a very big interest of mine. So and it's very interesting to learn, or to learn from other people what their past life experiences are.
Yes.
Because your past lives are connected to a lot of things in this lifetime. They're connected to fears and phobias that we have. They're connected to birthmarks that we have. They're connected to, there's children that come into this lifetime that you read stories of right now who remember their past lives because we're coming in with more and more and more and more knowledge. And so they're telling their parents, well, I used to live here. And they're actually physically giving them information where they take them, and it is validated that it's true. So,
the validation, sorry, that's really important. Validation.
Yeah. So, it's not only helping like people get through things that they fear in this lifetime. Past life regression can help with that. Clinical hypnosis can help with that as well. But past life regression is a big catalyst to helping people through some of those phobias and things and fears that they have in this lifetime. Because once you understand where it comes from, you can't. It's hard to deny, and it's easier for you to move through it in this. So yeah. Would you?
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Sorry,
I did Dolores Cannon, like I did a session, and it was fascinating. But I've always believed that too. And it was after my mom passed away. My aunt recommended a book for me, something along the lines of why bad things happen to good people or something. Because I was really struggling with grief after my mom passed away.
Yes.
And I ordered it on Amazon, but ended up with one of Brian Weiss's books on past life. And that changed my whole perception of everything. So like you said, there's no coincidences. I was meant to read that and understand more about the afterworld after my mother passed away. Because I mean, Amazon doesn't usually make those kind of mistakes, right?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So, and it was when Amazon was just books, like this is way back, right?
Yes.
But it was totally different author, different book. And I ended up, and I'm like, I'll read it. And it was one thing that really resonated with my soul. Like I knew this is the truth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the people who challenge us or we don't like them in this lifetime, they're meant to give us a lesson on this path, right? So always wish them well. Always say, I don't have to be best friends with them. I don't have to, be in their life, but acknowledge the lesson that they're giving you, because the lessons will continue to show up and show up and show up and show up until you learn the lesson.
Yes, they will.
Yeah. Yes. Well, this is amazing. I think we can keep talking and talking and talking. Maybe you guys can come in another one where we can talk more about life regressions, because that's really interesting topic to talk. And I think there's a lot of a space that we can delve into and to understand a lot more of what it is. So I will welcome you back whenever you want to, so we can talk about this. And this has been really fun. This has been really interesting for me. It has been really an open, not just what I already knew, but again, like lessons, every time lessons. So thank you for my lessons today. Not just with you, like everything that's happening. I just keep seeing lessons and lessons. Thank you for coming, for sharing your knowledge, and I really hope that we can just keep spreading the word.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no, I will put again. I'm gonna put everything down below in the section and describe all your socials, so they can reach out to you. Just remember, guys, dare to be us, dare to be you. See you guys.